It's time for the NHL Rapid Fire with Alex Smart.
Hey guys, don't forget, for the month of March, we have hooked you up with some extra value. Use promo code MARCH all through the madness and save yourself 15% at checkout at picksandparlays.net.
We're going to start with the Penguins and Buffalo. Pitt is 38, 21, and 6. They have a lot of injuries. They are coming off a win at home against Ottawa, 7-3, pretty impressive, but not as unimpressive as the 6 games in a row that they lost before that. Buffalo's 29, 29, and 8. They've also lost 4 in a row, but all of those were on the road. Their home record is 19, 10, and 4. They just lost at Winnipeg 3-1. I'm showing Pitt minus 165 and Buffalo plus 150. Who turns it around first?
Well, you know, we've got value here with Buffalo all the way. The Sabres have won their last 4 home games, and they're 5-1 in their last 6 versus the Eastern Conference. And they've been pretty good underdog picks of late, too. They've cashed 5 of their last 7. And, you know, there's value on this team. They're playing hard for the simple reason that, you know, this season's over for them over and over again. Guys like Eichel, who still want to make statements late in the season. And, you know, Pittsburgh's going to, you know, just float, I think, into the playoffs. And you can see they're a little banged up. So we'll see what happens here. But I like Buffalo with the value.
All right. Feeling froggy? Take a doggy. Okay, so we're going to go Bruins and the Predators. Boston is 42, 13, and 12 on a 3-game winning streak. Just won at Tampa Bay 2-1. They are number 1 in the Atlantic, and they're cruising into Florida, who's 33, 26, and 7. Number 4 in the Atlantic. They've lost 3 straight. The last one was at their own home against Calgary, 3-0. 16, 4, and 3 at home. I'm showing Boston minus 140. I gotta say I like that, even though it's a favorite. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're going to get Boston at 140, this is a team right now. They just beat Tampa Bay the other night. They're obviously, in my opinion anyway, and on the statistical method East, and they're going to be hard to beat even going into the playoffs. This team is built like the old Western Conference teams were built. Tough as nails, can score from a lot of different lines, and they play great defense and they have fantastic goaltending. I mean, what more do you want in the Stanley Cup champion? And, you know, I look at them now. It was Tampa Bay. We're just talking futures tickets here. Tampa Bay or Boston. Boston cruises ahead because Stamkos is injured with Tampa Bay. And by the way, their number 1 scorer, one of the top goal scorers in the entire NHL. He's gone for Tampa, so that's why I'm saying Boston now. And that $140.
See, that's that good information I was telling the people about. All right, so we're going to go Washington Capitals and the Rangers. Capitals are number 1 in the Metro. They're 40, 19, and 6. Really impressive. No injuries. Coming off a win at Minnesota, 4-3. But I've heard that goaltending is an issue with them. Jerry Murray, their rookie goaltender, 0-4 in the month of February, so hopefully he can turn that around. New York Rangers, 35, 27, and 4, have lost the last 3. Last one was on their home ice in St. Louis, 3-1. I'm showing Washington minus 140, New York plus 120. The total's at 6.5. I don't know, I kind of like that total. Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong. The Rangers are going to want to leave a wide open. They're not going to the playoffs this year, even though they've flown under the radar, unless something miraculously happens. I don't think they're mathematically eliminated, but the New York Rangers are not going to the playoffs, despite of how well they played over the last month. Washington, on the other hand, that's a team that's a direct competition for the Boston Bruins. Going into this last month, it's really important to get your sort of playoff mode, your head on straight, and I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see Washington playoff mode, Rangers open it up, and that's the kind of team that can take you down really quickly, the Washington Capitals. And they've won 7 of the last 8 meetings here, so you know, from a recent historical standpoint, Washington has an edge at least.
All right. Alex Smart says take Washington minus 140. Okay, we're going to move on to Dallas and Nashville. The Stars are 37, 21, and 8. They've got a few injuries. They've lost 3 straight. Last one was at home against Edmonton, 2-1. They've got a decent road record, 18, 11, and 5. Now they're cruising into Nashville. 32, 26, and 8 is their record for the season. They've also got some injuries, also lost their last 3. Last one was at Minnesota, 3-1. I'm seeing some reverse line movement on the Stars. They opened at plus 104. Now they're at minus 105. Nashville opened 115. They're still at 115. And a lot of juice on that under 5.5 5.5. It's juiced at -125. What do you think about this one? A lot of movement here.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement, because the value obviously is lying here with Dallas. I mean, Dallas has played for the most part very, very good defensive hockey at this time of the season. Nashville, their big thing is all of a sudden they're starting to score, but at the same time they're allowing goals too. So for me, I look at this and I understand absolutely what's going on here with that line, and look for some more reverse line move, a few more bucks worth at least.
Right. Why not? We got until game time, they haven't dropped that puck yet. Okay,
Well,
so we're going
yeah, sorry. But, the thing is, just quickly, Nashville, this is going to be their third game in 4 nights. I don't think it's a good situation for them at all either. So, from that standpoint.
Yeah, well, that's always a really good point, too. Like, on back-to-backs, and especially 3 games in 4 nights is no joke. And you got to travel places and stuff, Okay, so we're gonna do Toronto and LA. Maple Leafs 35, 24, and 8, coming off a loss at San Jose 5-2. They won 3 of their last 5. Pretty good road team, 18, 15, and 1. And they're going to play LA Kings, who are 25, 35, and 6. Not so great. However, they managed to win 3 in a row. The last one was here in Vegas at VGK, 4-1. I'm showing Toronto -175, LA +155, and a total of 6. Again, that over is juice. What do you think about this one?
Well, once again, I'm going to look at the money line here, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, the Leafs are too inconsistent of a team, extremely talented, but too inconsistent to, be laying this much lumber on the road against a team that still has a lot to play for. I know they're not going to the playoffs. They have a lot to play for from a player standpoint. They're trying to make impressions for next season. It's a young team. It's a tough team. If you've watched any of LA's games lately, you'd be pretty impressed by how hard they've been playing. And right till the end of the season, I look at them as a value player on any given night against an inconsistent Leafs team. I think we've got some value here. Absolutely.
I love it. +155 on the Kings. I am not afraid of that at all. Okay.
Yeah, the home team has won 5 of the last 6 meetings, and the Leafs have lost 4 of the last 5 meetings here in LA. We're deep in. Well, how far into this road trip are we? We're a few games in anyway, so they're tired. It's a ripe spot.
Huh. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we're gonna do Minnesota Wild at the San Jose Sharks. Minnesota 33, 26, and 7. Just won at home against Nashville 3-1. They've won 4 of their last 5. On the road, they're 14, 15, and 2. So kind of even keel there. San Jose Shark, my rival, 29, 33, and 4. They're on a 3-game win streak. All those games were at home. That's where they are tonight. Last one was a win versus Toronto, the inconsistent, unstable Maple Leaf, 5-2. This is another one I noticed a lot of line movement on. The Wild open at -115. I'm seeing it -105. And San Jose's at -105. What do you think about?
A lot of professional hockey bettors, guys that, we'll just say guys that are willing to lay big change on these games. You'll see these reverse line movements, and you see a lot of this stuff come down based just on metrics. Like, they don't always look at a hockey game like regular people look at a hockey game. I won't call them amateurs, but somebody just looking at a hockey game, they look at the metrics that are involved and the value that's attached to the number. Like the Wild, for example, there was reverse line movement on San Jose going the other way, correct? Right. So they're just looking at value here. Wild have won their last 5 games on the road, and to me, I think there's not always value with an underdog. There are spots you have to hit. As we all know, favorites win a majority of the time, and they're favorites for a reason.